What it do, fam? This your boy D. I'm coming back with another video. Those who are returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And those who are new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to press that post bell notification button when for when I drop new content. So oh, Lord have mercy. This story today, I'm gonna be talking about out of what was that? Wisconsin. Shout out Wisconsin. This is regarding 19-year-old Sade Robinson, whose body parts are being found, various different spots. They found her leg over, one of her parts, one of her legs somewhere, and I'd rather for y'all to watch this the video, and then we'll come back and discuss it, because this is one thing about this channel, and reason why I started doing these news stories. I was inspired, by my bro, Stock Market Steve. Shout out Stock Market Steve and Dynamic Reason channel. Y'all go over there and support him. If you're not already, but supporting them. Those who new, go out and check him out. He's awesome with these stories, and basically, he's encouraged me to, kind of, go forth with these. But the reason why I'm going forth with it, because of the simple fact that something that we need to pray about in our communities all over this world. We just gotta pray, about these things, because we are in spiritual warfare, and this is what definitely this is, and this is a result of a demonic act. Just watch this.
New today, 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson goes from a person of interest to the man charged with the death of 19-year-old Sade Robinson. It's a gruesome case that started 10 days ago with the discovery of a human leg in Warnemont Park. And we do have team coverage for you this morning. Zoe Chapala learned more about the in-depth investigation by Milwaukee law enforcement. But we'll start with Fox 6's Durante Matthews, who was in court for Anderson's appearance this morning. And Durante, you also spoke to the family of Sade Robinson.
I did, and it was a very, very difficult day for her family, the family of 19-year-old Sade Robinson in court today. Many of them were in tears before walking out of court, and a lot of them were shaking, sitting behind the man who's accused of killing Sade, and that's, as you mentioned, 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson. Now, his charges were read in court today. Now, that includes first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson. Now, if convicted, that first-degree intentional homicide charge is enough to land him in prison for the rest of his life. But today in court, his attorney actually tried to get that homicide charge dismissed, saying that there's not enough physical evidence to prove it, but the judge dismissed it. Prosecutors say back on April 1st, on Monday, Anderson and Robinson were going out for a date. They went back to Anderson's home on South 39th Street sometime after 9 o'clock. Prosecutors say it's between that time and 12:45 in the morning that Anderson killed her. They say he then dismembered her body and scattered them at different parts around the county. Police found her leg, foot, and other human remains in different areas last week, and police arrested Anderson on April 6th during a traffic stop. Now, we did speak with Robinson's family. They gave us a brief statement after court.
Sade was more than a person. She was an angel. Not having her right now is very painful. We need justice for Sade. Me and my family would never be okay. My sister and parents won't stop shaking, and it ain't because they're nervous. Imagine trying to bury your niece with no body for the service. I need justice for Sade. I have nothing more to say.
And prosecutors did say that there are still parts of Sade's body that are still missing. Today, a judge set Anderson's cash bond at $5 million, but his attorney tried to get that lower to $500,000. That was later dismissed. Anderson is due back in court on April 22nd. Live outside of the Milwaukee County Courthouse, Durante Matthews, Fox 6 News.
Durante, I'll throw you one other question, actually, if you don't mind, very quickly here. We heard from the uncle there. You could hear the pain and anger in his voice. You also spoke to Sade Robinson's mother. What did she have to say after court?
So she essentially echoed the same sentiments as the uncle did, how she really wants justice for her daughter. Now, she was in a very understandably emotional state, and a lot of the words that she used are not really appropriate for television. But in a sense, she's very angry at Anderson, and more than anything, she just wants to have her daughter back.
You can certainly understand the furor there. Durante Matthews covering this in Milwaukee County for us. Thank you very much. Now, while that was playing out in court, law enforcement officials held a press conference in Wauwatosa detailing their investigation, which again began 10 days ago, April 2nd, with the discovery of that leg and also the report that Sade Robinson was missing. And Zoe Chapala joins us now. After hearing from the county sheriff and the police chief, there is so much information and detail in the criminal complaint, yet still this gap towards the end, Zoe. What still don't we know?
Yeah, and I think that that's just the best way to describe it. You know, I was looking at the criminal complaint and I'm like, wow, this is really detailed. They really have all of this information laid out here for us. And then when I got to page 9, because it was about a 10-page criminal complaint, I realized that there are still a lot more questions than answers at this point. I mean, some of the big things that I think we're still wanting to know is a motive. That is something that we asked the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, and that's not something that they can answer at this time. Another thing, too, is we know that Sade Robinson and Maxwell Anderson met because they went on their very first date that last Monday night. We don't know how they met. Investigators say that they think that they met at Maxwell's place of work. However, that's not totally confirmed because police are still investigating that. We also know, too, that investigators think that the two met at Anderson's place of work. Again, they say Sade and Maxwell went to the Twisted Fisherman last Monday on their first date, and then to Duke's on the Water, and then back to Anderson's house. They think that Anderson drove to Warnemont Park around 3 in the morning, where that severed leg was eventually found. Surveillance video shows the car head toward the pump house and a shadowy figure on the beach, and phone records also show Sade's phone at Warnemont Park from about 3 to 4:30 that following morning. Now, we do have confirmation that the severed leg belongs to Sade Robinson, but what we don't know is if these other remains for sure belong to her. Investigators think that, yes, those human remains and the other body parts that were found do belong to her, but like I said, it's still pending those identification from other different testing resource centers around the county. And then also as well, another big question that we're hoping to learn is, when did this happen? How did this happen? And why? I mean, I think a big gap in the investigation that we're not finding out is, did this happen in the home when they went back to Anderson's house? Did it happen in the car before he set it on fire? Did it happen at the beach where the leg was found? Those are all questions that we asked the sheriff's office and that they still can't answer at this time because it's a very open investigation and still very fluid. But they do hope to get us that information as soon as they get that information. So we'll keep you updated on that. But for now, in Wauwatosa, Zoe Chapala, Fox 6 News.
Yeah, the answer from Sheriff Ball a number of times to those questions, ongoing investigation. While that continues, so does the legal case now with the preliminary hearing for Maxwell Anderson next scheduled for April 22nd. If you want to read much more about this case and today's major developments, you can go to fox6now.com, which has details from the criminal complaint. It tracks some of the different cell phone data and camera footage that prosecutors used to put together the path of Sade Robinson and Maxwell Anderson the evening of April 1st into the night and early morning of April 2nd. That's on fox6now.com.
There you have it. This is a sad situation. My heart truly goes out for her family. I've seen a video earlier where her mother was speaking. She was so shaken up and and so distraught. And I could just see it. I mean, even watching and hearing his uncle read his poem out, and I could see the pain and the agony in his face, and you know, losing a loved one like that to a heinous crime. It's not easy. But this guy, Maxwell Anderson, 33 years old. What was you doing with a 19-year-old girl? Doesn't make sense. The story said the possibility they could have met at workplace or something, his workplace or something, and I don't know, or her workplace, something like that, or and then different things. They're trying to connect the dots, but this is a horrific. This is straight up demonic. And Sade Robinson should be still be here. It's sad that she had to go out this way. And everybody was speaking well of her, and I mean, it's horrible. And her friend, they, got together and they did a search party, and he came down from where he was at to help do the search party. That was in a previous video. But this right here, they're trying to connect the dots, but they was trying to lower his bond. No, up it. It needs to be up. He don't need a bond. He don't need a bond. Not at all. Not the, no. He do not need a bond at all. No, he needs to be locked up. The key needs to be thrown away. No telling who else he did this to. He sounds like a serial killer. I'm not trying to judge, but this is an act of a serial killer, to dismantle somebody, to disfigure them as if they a piece of chicken or something, or a whole chicken. That's not cool. Only butchers do that to animals that they get ready to prepare and cook. She's a human being. Somebody's daughter, somebody's niece, somebody's sister, somebody's friend. And you took that life from her. I'm praying for his soul. Because that's what we got to do in this community, is to pray. I can give my opinion, but I'm going to tell you, we are in spiritual warfare. I mentioned this before in the other video. We're in spiritual warfare. And things got to happen. But this is ridiculous. This is sad that this young lady lost her life like this, in this manner. It's horrific. I can't imagine. See, I have a 20-year-old son and a 15-year-old daughter. I just can't imagine. And this baby, she was 19 years old. I just cannot imagine. Lord have mercy. It's time to pray. Because I'm going to be praying for this family. Praying for their healing. Praying that, that the Lord will strengthen them. And keep them and comfort them. The Bible said, blessed are those that are mourn, for they shall be comforted. And I'm praying that the Lord will give them comfort every step of the way, because this is not an easy thing. It's your boy D. make it a great day or not. The choice is yours, so let's make it a great day. And like I said, anything that's above and beyond your control, take your hands off, let God do it, because He's in full control. Let you know I love you. Nothing you can do about it. First of all, God loves you. Definitely nothing you can do about that. Till we meet again in the next video. God bless you and peace.